Ermont, Val-d'Oise, France, October 20th, 2025.
Ah, les filles tombent! Oh là là, papa! Oh, putain! Oh merde! Papa, Binara, oh là là!
Bah ouais, mais.
Non, moi, écoute, c'est que du matériel maintenant, c'est pas grave. Mais tu vois, moi, quand j'ai vu que la grue.
At around 5:45 p.m., an extremely violent tornado struck the town of Ermont and its surrounding area, in Val-d'Oise, causing extensive damage. Shocking footage shows roofs blown off and building materials strewn across roads. The soaring twister also struck and collapsed 3 cranes as it tore through Ermont, northern Paris. A violent and sudden gust of wind hit several towns in the department this Monday, including Ermont and Eaubonne.
Ça c'est un bâtiment genre d'handicapés, dedans il y avait des handicapés qui y vivent.
Uprooted trees, blown-off roofs, collapsed cranes, overturned cars. Towns in the Val-d'Oise region were hit by violent winds late this afternoon on October 20th. 80 firefighters, 50 police officers, and 20 emergency medical personnel were mobilized to the scene in Ermont, Eaubonne, Andilly, Montmorency, and Franconville. On its Facebook page, the Ermont Town Hall reported the fall of trees and the closure of all municipal parks. A crane collapsed on the town's Medical Educational Institute.
Je rigole même pas là, je sais même pas ce qui se passe.
The town of Ermont, located 21 kilometers northeast of Paris, was the most affected by this sudden violent windy episode, localized to around 10 municipalities, which occurred at 5:50 p.m., said Prefect Philippe Court, contacted by AFP on the scene, describing it as a sort of mini tornado. According to witnesses, several trees blown over by a tornado in Ermont have fallen onto a highway. Many roads have been closed due to falling trees. At least one person lost his life and dozens more were injured after a powerful tornado hit a town in France.
La maison n'a plus de toit.
De quoi? Ah, regarde en bas. Regarde.
Putain, c'est pas possible. Un truc de malade.
On social media, several internet users have published impressive videos showing the violence of the storm and the fall of a crane. Shocking footage shows the tornado raging through the small town, knocking over 2 giant cranes in its path. Roofs appear blown off and building materials strewn across roads. Another clip shows cars trying to flee the cyclone's path as blazing winds tear down trees.
Il y a un arbre. Ah, alors.
Debris and tiles litter the roads of Ermont. The damage is impressive. The roofs of several buildings have literally been torn off. A major rescue operation has been deployed in Ermont following the tornado. Motorists have been urged to avoid essential travel, as many trees have been uprooted with debris blocking roads. Meanwhile, around 1,200 homes have suffered electricity cuts after power lines were torn down.
Ouais. Alors, à mon avis, les maisons de Tabury, là, c'est tout cartonné. Les Tabury, le toit de l'école.
C'est la fin du monde.
The town of Eaubonne has also closed its parks, and some of its streets have been plunged into darkness due to a public lighting outage. The town hall is reminding residents not to touch cables, even small ones, that have fallen to the ground, nor to climb onto roofs, to stay away from wooded areas, and to only call for help in the event of a life-threatening emergency. At this stage, only material damage has been noted. Cormelles and Parisis, a neighboring town, is also affected by power outages. The town reports material damage but no injuries so far. The Île-de-France region will support the affected communities, its president. Transportation is affected. Traffic jams are paralyzing the A15 and A115 motorways. The entire RERC line is disrupted due to a tree that fell on the power cables in the Franconville area, RATP reported on X. No resumption of service until tomorrow. Line H, meanwhile, is interrupted between Saint-Denis and Pontoise until the last train.
Wesh.
Dozens of residents were evacuated from their homes to a gymnasium in the Val-d'Oise town. Île-de-France Regional President Valérie Pécresse offered her support to the affected communities. For his part, Interior Minister Laurent Nunez indicated that he was monitoring the situation closely. I express my support to the elected officials, the emergency services on the ground, and the affected residents, he wrote on his social media.